Hello, wonderful people. I have not planned to record an episode like that, but I will, since I think it's a great achievement from my part. I'm very proud of me. So we're gonna talk about how to wake up effortlessly before 5 a.m. without an alarm clock. Let's go. Look, I actually have an old microphone that I have installed in this car. Maybe I should install it. Yeah, probably the audio will be better. Now let's plug this bad boy to the camera. Does it sound okay? So, how to wake up early without an alarm clock. And I'm not gonna tell you that it's by some magic, because it is not. There is two components to that. One is the time at which you will go to sleep. And this is the most difficult for people who are willing to wake up early, because probably the fact that you are not waking up early is linked directly to the hour at which you go to sleep. If you go to sleep at midnight or at 1 a.m., there's no chance you will be able to wake up at 5. Bear in mind this math. The second component is actually practice. And for a very long time I thought that I had to have a fancy alarm clock or something like that, and actually what makes effortless waking up early is not a fancy alarm clock, it's just the practice. So if you practice long enough, you will wake up early. That's it. I have used an alarm clock to wake up at before 4 a.m. My goal is to wake up before 4 a.m. So bear in mind that I am very ambitious on that front. But I have used an alarm clock for at least 6 months before my body actually adapted to this rhythm and stopped forcing me to sleep when it rang. And right now I'm still using an alarm clock, but I'm actually waking up before this alarm clock, and so it's not a problem anymore, since I'm just turning off the alarm clock and I'm waking up naturally. So just two things. One, going to sleep earlier, and two, practicing waking up early, and not 30 days or 21 days, but 6 months. It must be a long stretch of time. And at which hour should you go to sleep? I don't want to give you advice like that. I am aiming at between 7 and 8 hours of sleep per day, per 24 hours. In order to achieve that, I have to go to sleep, or at least try to go to sleep, at 8:30 p.m. Usually it's not so simple, and I'm actually asleep closer to 9 p.m. because my kids want to spend more time with me. They don't want to stop playing. They want to read a book with me, etc. So, and because those activities are important for me, I am not actually dismissing them right away because I just have to go to sleep, but actually I show them that they are important for me. Let's count. If it's 9 p.m., it's 10, 11, midnight, 1, 2, 3, 4. It makes 7. if I am able to be home from work at a normal hour, which unfortunately happens very rarely, and I must change it, we are sometimes able to go to sleep earlier, closer to 8 p.m., and that will make 8 hours. And why I am aiming at waking up before 4 a.m., it's because I want to be creative in the morning. I want to read some paper books, and I like to do it in the morning because it calms me. And I want also to have at least 1 hour of time before my kids awake to go running. And so all of this makes that it has to be closer to 4 a.m. But I suppose that if you are waking up today at 7, a goal of waking up at 5 would be pretty amazing. So, you know, set your own goals. Don't look at me. Another thing that helps with going to sleep earlier and having this kind of schedule is that we have made a choice in our family to go to sleep together, everybody. I know that oftentimes parents stay longer when kids are asleep, and this is something we did not want to do. Instead, we wanted to go to sleep together, everybody, and have our house shut down at night closer to 9 p.m. And so in order to have some time with my wife, we use the mornings for that. And this is also easier if your kids know that you don't go play and work and do something together while they are asleep, but actually everybody goes to sleep together at the same time. It also makes that the family starts to have a rhythm, and it's one rhythm, not rhythm for kids and a rhythm for parents, but one and only rhythm. It helps, I think, because the whole house is shutting down, it's becoming quiet, it's becoming dark, and you don't hear things, you don't imagine what is happening in the room next door. Everyone just sleeps. And I think personally, because we have tried different, of course, methods, and I think that it's far easier to wake up early than to stay late. If you have kids, of course, because if you don't have kids, you can do pretty much everything you want. But even if you don't have kids, I think that it helps to our body to be more in tune with the natural rhythms of the sun setting down and the world waking up and the sun rising the next morning. A lot of our hormones are linked also to sun exposure, to light exposure, and it's not artificial light exposure, but real light exposure, sunlight exposure. The light of the sun is much, much brighter than you think. And so that's it. Just 2 components: being consistent for half a year and consistently going to sleep earlier, 8:30 p.m. And you can wake up before 5 a.m. with no alarm clock. Trust me. So I have arrived at my psychologist, and I will leave you here. Bye bye.